Good morning, students. In previous class, we studied about the first category of inflorescence, that is racemose inflorescence. Now, we are dealing with the second topics known as cymose inflorescence. Myself is Dr. Sushma Rajarvi, Assistant Professor of Botany, PTMNSS College, Dhanuchpuram. In cymose inflorescence, the peduncles ends in a flower. That is, the peduncle has a definite growth with ends in a flower, and the further growth takes place the lateral buds. So we can say that flowers show a basipetal succession in which oldest flower is seen in the apex and the youngest flower is seen in the base. Now we are dealing with the different categories of cymose inflorescence. The first one is the simple cyme. In simple cyme, there is only 3 flowers. That is, the inflorescence contains only 3 flowers. This plant is our jasminum, and different species of jasminum shows simple cyme. In simple cyme, the peduncle, as usual, the peduncle ends in a flower. Only 2 lateral buds arise from the base, and the growth of the inflorescence suddenly stops. That is, the inflorescence contains only 3 flowers. That is called simple cyme. As now, the example is jasminum. This is the second category called dicacial cyme. In dicacial cyme, as I earlier said, the main peduncle ends in a flower. Here we are denoted it as the 1, and 2 lateral branches arise. These 2 lateral branches again ends in a flower. Here we are designated as 2, and the further growth starts again from both the branches, and the number 3 flowers, that is the youngest flower, is formed. So here we can see the oldest flower is the first flower, that is seen in the main peduncle. This main peduncle gives rise to 2 lateral branches. Each lateral branches ends in a flower and further grows by 2 lateral branches. So here the lateral branches are again simple cymes. This is the dicacial cyme. The dicacial cyme can be seen in dianthus, clerodendron. We can see many flowers. The third one is the monocacial cyme. The monocacial cyme, there is only 1 lateral branch is formed from the main peduncle. Again, the second branch is absent. There are 2 types of monocacial cyme. That is, first one is the scorpioid cyme. Here, this is the main peduncle that ends in a flower. This is the main flower. The branching takes place in the right side of the peduncle. That is, only 1 branch is seen. This is the first branch. That branch also ends in a flower, and the second growth or second branch seen from the left side. Again from the right side, left side, right side. That is, the successive branches are formed from first from the right side, second from the left side, right side, left side. Simultaneously, the position is altered. This is called scorpioid cyme. This is the plant. Actually, we can see the scorpioid cyme inflorescence. That is a scorpioid monocacial cyme inflorescence. This is called heliotropium. We can see in our college campus also. Next one is the monocacial helicoid cyme. That is the second group of monocacial cyme. Here we can see just a slight difference from the scorpioid cyme. That is, the main peduncles ends in a flower. Branching takes from the right side. Second branching takes from the again right side. Third branch from right side. Fourth from right. Fifth from right side. That is, the successive branching takes place from only 1 side. In scorpioid cyme, it takes simultaneously from right and left, but here the branching takes place from only 1 side. This is called Hemilia patens. In Hemilia patens, the branching successively forms from the right side, but in this plant, the branching takes from the left side. Left or right, it is not problem. We have to see that only one, that is the branching takes place from single side only. Then we can call the helicoid zyme. Now the next category, actually this is the polycacial zyme. We can also say that this is also called multiparous zyme. That you hear, this is the Calotropis. In Malayalam it is called Eric. Now this is the main peduncle which is ends in a flower. In monocacial zyme you see one branch. In dicacial zyme you can see two branches, but in polycacial zyme we can see more than two branches or two lateral buds. Here it is the four bud. Each bud or each branch ends in a flower. This also gives rise to multiple branches. That is, more than two lateral branches arise from the peduncle. Then we can say that is the polycacial zyme, and this is the Calotropis plant. So this is the end of zymous inflorescence. So just we can recap what we have told it. The zymous inflorescence is definite inflorescence in which peduncles ends in a flower and the further growth takes place by the lateral branches. So we can say that the flowers are arranged in basipetal succession. Oldest flower is seen in the top and the youngest flower seen in the base. We can classify the zymous inflorescence into four categories. One is the simple zyme. In simple zyme, only three flowers are seen. Example, jasminum. Second one is the dicacial zyme. In dicacial zyme, main peduncle ends in a flower and two lateral branches arise, and the two lateral branches functions as simple zyme. In monocacial zyme, only one lateral branch arises. Monocacial zyme can be categorized into two categories, that is scorpioid zyme and helicoid zyme. In scorpioid zyme, the only one branch formed is simultaneously changes or switches its position. That is suppose in first branch start from the left side, second branch start from the right side, then left, right. But in helicoid zyme, the successive lateral branches erased from a single side, either from the left, either from the right. Hemilia is an example for helicoid zyme, and Heliotropium is the example for scorpioid zyme. And the final category, polycacial zyme. In polycacial zyme, there are more than two lateral branches arise from the main peduncle. That is the polycacial zyme. And for polycacial zyme, the example is Calotropis. Thank you.